Hey guys, what's going on? You're watching the Bitter Jury podcast. I'm so excited for many reasons because it's finale night. Woo! It's episode 58, and I'm not in my usual spot because I'm with Kelly because it's the double Kelly season right now. Just kidding, It's not the double Kelly season, but it's still exciting.
Totally Kelly'd out.
We're here tonight to talk about who won Big Brother.
Yeah.
And everything that entails. So let's just get into it. But before we can, we have to introduce ourselves. My name's Kelly.
I'm Jacob.
I too am Kelly.
That's it. It's the Kelly sandwich with the Jacob in the middle.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, let's jump into it, guys. This episode was absolutely crazy, absolutely nuts. From the very beginning to the very end, but all that really matters at this point is the end and how we got there. We had the votes being read out, and we had a 3-1, and we had a 4-1, I think. And as soon as I saw the front,
Was it 4? Yeah, it was 4-1.
4-1.
As soon as the production did the front loaded 4-1, I knew that we were gonna have a Paul situation again.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
Because you know how they love their order drama, and it was we have a Casey win by a vote of 5-4. I guess sort of fringe votes were Sam voting for Casey and Scotty voting for Casey.
And you're gonna explain this in just a second, but honestly, like when I was watching it and going back because we rewound it just to be like so we can remember who voted for whom. Scotty's vote, like to me, Scotty's vote was the swing vote. Because I genuinely didn't ever believe that Sam would vote for Tyler.
Nah, it was done.
Yeah, I thought differently until 10 minutes ago, and I'll tell you guys why in a second. But yeah, I thought that the reason why Tyler lost Sam's vote was because he managed her poorly, and that still might be true. But the reason given in the backyard was not that at all. The reason given in the backyard, and I know we're jumping ahead quite a bit, but was that Casey needed the money more, guys.
What?
That is such a Sam thing to say.
Oh my god!
That is so Sam.
That is so. Oh man.
Sam.
Yeah.
I can't help but love you.
And you know how we know that Scotty has a sort of a skewed view of the game that kind of fits his narrative, right? So the reason for his vote was he says that he didn't have his mind made up until he heard who won the final HOH, and because he didn't like either of them, he voted based off of who won the final HOH and gave it to Casey.
Okay. You know what? I am calling back to, I don't know what episode this was, but I will tell you, long-term games, super fans are always the worst jurors.
Yep.
Shut up, Kelly. Super fans are always the worst jurors in the game. We're always bitter, like no matter what it is.
Yep.
Scotty left feeling bitter against Tyler, and that proved, like, he can say whatever he wants, but, like, what's his name? From BB20 6. Brian, who screwed his game over. He was a bitter juror, a giant bitter juror. Michelle was a bitter juror against Nicole. Oh, man, yeah. I am just like...
not to do too much of a Paul callback, but here is what I think Tyler's problem is. And people I don't think are even willing to admit it. I don't think Sam would put it in these words. And I don't doubt that she really thought that, that Casey needed the money more. But Tyler did what Paul did, which is he pretended to be friends with people. I think he really likes these people.
Yeah.
But there's this extra layer of friendship that when that gets betrayed, it hurts way more than just, this was a game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to your point, Kelly, he said, he didn't just say, hey, we need to do this for game reasons. He said, look me in the eye. Do you trust me, person A, person B, person C? I'm not going to screw you. Like, trust me with my big, bulging, stupid eyes. And
my big bug eyes.
And, that can create some bitter juries. And I don't think the reason I want to make this clear, and I know there's going to be immediate pushback, but it's okay. That's why we podcast. I don't think Casey won because of a bitter jury.
No.
No,
Okay. You guys agree?
totally.
Yeah.
Okay. So this jury is different than Paul's jury in that Casey, they thought Casey played the cleaner game and therefore the better game and won.
We actually have a comment from Thomas. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Thomas.
That's awesome.
So Thomas is saying that Rockstar said she didn't know why she voted for Casey to win.
That's fantastic. We all know that she knew. I mean, she knows the reason. She's an ally. She's such an ally.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't know. I mean, shoot. If she doesn't know, then I don't know.
I don't know why I didn't vote for Casey.
Yeah.
She said exactly like that.
Yeah.
Like, infliction and everything.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was the diary room voice. That was that was
And
the diary
her
room.
exit interview voice.
Yes. But yeah, this episode was weird. It had a proposal. It had everything that we didn't want, except I mean, at the expense of longer jury segments, like longer jury questioning, because I really feel like they rushed it this season.
By a long shot. It was ridiculous. Julie stopped Tyler and I think Casey too, like multiple times.
Yeah.
And it's just like, Julie, come on, this is a $500,000 decision. Like, give
Right.
them a moment to explain their game.
Right.
So, like, not that I don't think it would have made a difference.
Right.
Well, I also think that the key to a really good jury speech is
emotion.
It up in 90 seconds or less. And Tyler was determined to explain to each person how he fucked them over.
No, and I think that's really stupid. I think I think it's really, really stupid for him to focus on that stupid power app and not focus on the fact that he's a super fan and make an emotional decision. Like he should be talking about, and I don't want to invoke things that don't belong, but he should be talking about how like he's been a fan of this game for so many years, how he used to watch it with his dad, and he knows his dad is watching and is super proud because he said those things in the house. Like we've heard him say those things in the house. He didn't say them when it mattered, and that's why he lost. Casey gave nothing burgers for speeches, but it didn't matter because, like, I mean, really.
Honestly, that peanut joke, I think, won her the 500,000.
Yeah.
They wrapped it up on a pleasant note, and everyone's like, "Aw, I like Casey."
Yeah. I do want to say, guys, that Tyler did win a vote tonight. Haley was not going to vote for Tyler until the jury questioning, so maybe he benefited from a short for that one vote. We don't know, but maybe he would be able to flip the super fan Scotty or Sam.
Yeah, I just, man.
Or Bailey.
I'm really okay. So to be clear, because y'all know I've been pro Tyler like since preseason.
Yep, we know.
But like, I am comfortable with the fact that Tyler didn't win, not based on the bitter jury. Like, it's his own volition. Like his own mistakes cost him the game.
I can look at Tyler's game and pick out the mistakes and know what the mistakes that I wouldn't make based off of the game that he played going into whatever season they decide to cast me on. I mean, I'm hoping that I get cast on a future season of Big Brother, but I can look back at Tyler's game and say that there were super big mistakes that you can really point to. Like, how do you not, by the way, okay, I know I covered this before. How do you not, when you are Tyler, cast a pity vote for Sam and make Angela break the tie to therefore say, look, I had your back 100% all the time, Sam. I was never going to break our final 2 deal. You just didn't make it. Angela broke the tie, blah, blah, blah. And Angela's not going to contradict that. She wants her boyfriend to win 500,000. So, like.
Yeah, I just, man.
Because if you can get Sam to make a to make an emotional decision in your favor, because you guys have been hugging all season and and really affectionate, why not make that play?
Who do you guys think Tyler would have taken to the final two if he had won?
If he'd won, I think he would have taken Casey.
Well, one of the big things, I mean, I was really shocked at how cavalier he was in that first round of the competitions where he had planned to drop for Casey and then just blew it off and decided to compete anyway. I don't know if they cut out,
right,
or how they debriefed about that, but
yeah,
he was really taking her vote for granted, I think.
Yeah, no, she was surprised in the live feed section we got after the comp was over. She asked him about it, and he claimed that he didn't hear her ask to drop.
That's pretty messed up.
Yeah, right. And so I don't think he was planning on doing anything shady, but like I don't think he beats JC either, to be fair. Like
There's a lot of goodwill for him on the jury, more than I thought there would be.
Right. Mm-hmm. I think JC beats Tyler, and like that is potentially a better jury. We can talk. I think JC has played a pretty good game. If he had made it to that point, but obviously he didn't, and we can't debate that merit. But we do have a KC winner. I know that I'm super stoked that for a couple of reasons that don't have to do with this game, but her dad has been following like all of the podcasts and like
really?
Yeah, any mentioning of Casey, he's all over it and is like has become a super fan of the game, and I know that he wants to go on podcasts with Casey in the future. So I know that anytime, if you're listening, Ken, you are more than welcome on our lovely podcast. We love you. Yeah, I mean, but so I'm very happy for her and her family. I'm at the same time, I'm disappointed for Tyler. He really both of them were deserving winners. I feel like I'm not super mad. It's not like the Josh situation where you gave it to a complete nothing person, and because you didn't like Paul. But yeah, I mean,
I really think that Casey. I mean, I don't think you can claim that there was a lot of like nuance to her game. It was a pretty straightforward game, but it's deceptively hard to do what she did.
Yeah.
To keep as clean a social game as she did with as many moves as she had to make.
Yeah.
She could have had way more blood on her hands. And she came out squeaky clean with most people.
What was nice about that is that for her is that she positioned herself, whether by chance or by her own volition, in a position where she could just be a soldier.
Right.
She didn't actually. I was trying my hardest to think of a game move she made independently, and I thought of zero.
She won the hacker
just
comp.
The hacker.
Yeah, the hacker comp. But she made the decisions after the hacker comp as a team with her team. She plays team football. Like she's
in her bio. It said that she stayed on her first job for 11 years.
That's
smart.
Wonderful.
Like she's super loyal.
Yeah, I love Casey as a person, and I think that's why she won the game. Like I feel like if she were to go on future seasons, she would still win the future seasons because people don't want to evict her. Like, and how are you going to evict her? She wins all the comps. So I feel like there's something to be said that where she's like invincible when it comes to this game because she's super likable. She wins comps, and like there's not really a flaw. If you can get yourself a group of people that will, give you protection, then why not? I can't hate her for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think any of my complaints are really like with Casey and how she played the game. I like it. Would it have been nice to see a winner that had a little more strategy in their game?
Sure.
Absolutely. But that's just a personal preference. I still think that I also think that Casey played a really great game. I'm a lot more frustrated with like everything else that happened with the finale.
Okay. So let's go mistake by mistake, at least in my book, for Tyler tonight. Mistake number one, I guess. Mistake number one with Tyler is like when he's talking to Bailey, why say that you want an enemy in the jury house?
Yeah, that was weird.
Like, it's a weird thing to say. like just say, hey, I'm sorry. Like I'm very sorry on a personal level. I had to get you out for game reasons. He made the conscious choice to say, hey, I needed an enemy in the jury house.
He didn't even explain it.
Right.
Well, he apologized and then explained how he outthought her.
Right. Yeah, which doesn't work.
It happened that way.
Yeah.
Not really an apology.
Right. And using that stupid power, not hacker power app,
The power up.
as the justification for lying to Bailey, I guess. And like he made it seem like the being rude in the glasses that morning was a conscious decision. It totally wasn't, because he wasn't being rude.
Well,
So,
I get why he mentioned that, because she was so focused on that.
Yeah.
Like she kept bringing that point up, and so I get why
Right.
he's like trying. Even though, yeah, you are totally right. Like he made absolutely no conscious decision about that, but
Right.
like for him to try to backtrack and try to like create some kind of narrative, which was an apologetic narrative, like I get why he said that. I just think that like he went about answering the question the wrong way, like completely.
Yeah, I think what I've learned tonight, guys, is that it's easier. It's better to play Big Brother with a consistent narrative than it is to make big moves. So like, if you are evil Dick, then be evil Dick. If you are Casey, then be Casey. Tyler's trying to put his hands in all of the cookie jars and be everything all at once. Be the best friend, be the villain, be the blah, 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 you know.
And isn't that kind of what Paul did last season?
Yeah.
His game ended up so similar to Paul's.
Right. It ended up that way. I would not have made that prediction mid-season that he was going to be Paul, basically, but he did make the similar mistakes. I don't think he thought he was making those mistakes, because he's a student of the game, and if he thought that, he wouldn't be making those decisions. But
yeah. Oh man.
I mean,
yeah, it got all muddy for him. And
yeah,
like, both of them really just wanted to, at the end of the day, be a nice guy.
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, he did win $75,000 tonight. He won America's favorite player, and he was shocked. That was an amazing moment. Like, he was so stressed in the house that America was going to hate him in those finals. I don't know how much you guys saw of the feeds, but he was really talking to the cameras once Angela was gone, and he was like, "Listen, this game means the world." And blah, blah. What he did was he just talking to the cameras the way he should have been talking to the jury.
That's true.
And yeah, that's just.
Thomas made another really good point that Tyler never mentioned about how he got Caitlyn to flip, which completely altered the game.
Right.
And that's super valid. And I think that would have been a really good point to make, rather than talking about how the other stuff that he did. I can't even remember, but like the bad stuff that he actually mentioned.
Yeah. Also, like, where was Caitlyn? Why?
Yeah.
Stupid swaggy proposal, which oh man, that was like, my mouth was covered in the worst possible way, trying to keep my vomit inside of me. It was disgusting.
Okay.
To watch that.
So, pro tip, right? If you want an honest reaction to any sort of romantic question, don't pose the question on national television. Like, okay, so.
And the first time you see someone in 76 days.
So, okay, so listen, here's the thing. Okay, we have to go back before the stupid proposal and talk about Julie's stupid question to Fessy about why did she ask Fessy first if the romance was real, then ask Haley like a second later. Of course she's going to say yes. Is she going to say no on national television? No, she's not.
Well, I think because like Haley, she did make that little comment of, Fessy, why don't you share? So I think that it was pretty clear that like whatever Fessy would say, that would be
her answer.
Yeah,
right. I don't give them past Halloween though. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, hell no. It was total, like, if anything, it was all physical, like in the jury house.
Now listen, I also think this wasn't originally thought by me, but I love this theory. I think that Tangela doesn't. This is me being kind of cynical and whatever, but here, I feel like is a more legit romance than Tangela. I think Tangela is going to be fine for a while, and then we're going to see Tangela split up, kind of like a Victor and Nicole situation, and we're going to see Haley be the actual couple.
Tyler
from-
and Haley.
Yes, from the Big Brother 20 house, because the physical chemistry is there. They were cuddling night one of the feeds. They were, and Angela was just the person of convenience because they were in an alliance.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome.
Where does Haley live?
I'm calling it now. Texas. Doesn't matter though, because
Yeah,
like
they're in the Big Brother family now.
yeah, yeah. It's if Victor can move to Hodunk wherever, then then Tyler can certainly go to Texas if he wants.
Thomas is saying that Sam and Brett are gonna end up together.
Oh, okay. I love that, but I want Winston and Brett to be a thing.
Did you see at the very end when Brett and Winston were like together in the background while everyone else was hugging? Winston was just like, "Hey Brett, hey, I missed you so much."
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Yes. Yes. By the way, Brett looked really good tonight. Let's not.
Yeah.
He was sharp.
I think it's because like his blue suit, because he has blue eyes,
Yeah.
right? So it just like his blue suit really made his eyes pop. It was delightful.
By the way, not a good look for Sam. I don't like she looked like she was like a somebody trying to be a movie villain with the black hair. I was not a fan of the dye job that was done.
I kind of liked it. I don't know. I thought that like just because it shows that she's kind of turned over a new leaf.
Oh, so
she's not crazy anymore.
So she's doing the Emma Watson where she cut off her hair when she was done being Hermione.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all
Emma
right.
looked a little better though, but I liked it personally.
Yeah.
My crush on Sam survived the season. I have to say, it hit the rocks a couple times.
Yeah.
But all things considered, crazy factored in.
Yeah.
If she ever wanted to come on the podcast, I would not flirt openly with her, but my heart would be going pitter pat.
I would be flirting openly with her because here's the thing. I was talking to a friend of mine and he was like, "Listen, you might think Sam is crazy, right now, but she's the exact type of crazy that you fall for every single time." And I'm like, "Dang it, you're right. I would probably end up in a showmance with Sam if I was on the season." But yeah, Sam, if you want to come on the podcast and you're listening, we love you. We would love to talk about toilet wine more than we want your opinion of the Big Brother season. So you can give us a good recipe for that and teach us how to make some crafts. I think that'd be great. Yeah.
Okay, Jacob, you're telling us before the podcast started that you had a little bit of tea from the after the show about Baggy and the baby.
Okay.
Bailey.
So here's the thing.
The
Babel. Oh man. Okay, so she was asked point blank, "Are you pregnant?" by Ross and Marissa, and she danced around the question like it was like she would not give a straight answer, which made me think we're gonna see an Instagram announcement in about a week. I think Swaggy wanted to save the announcement for his own personal branding. But she was not going to answer that question in the backyard, but she was dancing around it like she did not want to give an answer.
Yeah, she's super pregnant.
Yep, 100% chance.
Wow.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
By the way, I just want to make it very clear that it's known that they provide condoms in the Big Brother house.
And not only that, Swaggy went into the DR the night that it happened, and he was like, "Oh no, Bailey has to go in to get Plan B."
Okay, and they
Swaggy asked for Plan B, and production said, "No, Bailey has to go in to get it." So they knew exactly what they had to do. God, what idiots!
Well, I mean, maybe they want the kid. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to judge.
You've known Jacob. Okay, I'm gonna introduce you to someone and like today, and then 20 days from now, you tell me if you still want to have their kid.
I don't. But I'm not them. I'm not. I don't. I would never ever. That Plan B is definitely happening with me. But like, first of all, it's just not happening. But it's just what I mean. But
you know what?
Go ahead.
Big Brother showmances have a higher success rate than any other reality show, including the dating shows.
Really?
Looking at you, Bachelor.
How many Bachelor couples are still together?
3.
How
No,
many
I
are still
don't even
together
know.
a week after the finale?
Yeah.
We've got like more Big
0.5.
Brother babies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes
Yeah.
Big Brother Baby 6.
Well, there's 6 Big Brother babies.
At this point, yeah, if assuming that they are pregnant, which
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
are, like
we're-
that's Big Brother Baby 6.
Yep.
God,
I can't wait till they have like Child of Big Brother competition
I
someday.
know, right? BB 45.
Are you counting Cody and Jess's?
Yeah,
Okay.
because Jess, I think, posted on her Instagram that
Yeah.
they were Big Brother Baby 5.
Oh wow, that's fantastic.
Because you have Rachel and Brendan.
Yep. And Jeff and Jordan.
Jeff and Jordan have 2. Maybe they're 4. Who am I missing? Adam and Danielle from BB13. That's
Danielle
4.
Donato.
Yeah, they just Adam and her are married and they just had a kid.
Okay.
Surprise!
All right. Cool.
Surprise! And then
She's
Evil
amazing.
Dick's
Cody.
daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Evil Dick's a Big Brother grandpa?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wow.
And then Jess and Cody is 5, and Bailey and Swaggy is 6.
But sadly, I guess for him, Evil Dick is still estranged from Danielle, so I don't.
Yeah.
think
They have
Wow.
like at least 4 years.
That sucks.
So there's no real connection between Big Brother Grandpa and the Big Brother baby. But yeah, so this season has been crazy. I just wanted to come on and reiterate that I think, because I thought that I would come on to hear 2 angry opinions about how Tyler definitely should have won. I think we've all sort of learned our lesson from last season that like because Josh was a nothing burger and won, that this is not something to moan about. If last season hadn't happened, I would be so upset.
I think I'd be a lot more upset if JC won.
Yeah.
Because like not even like gameplay wise, like JC shouldn't have been like he should have been gone long ago.
From
And
whose
so
perspective?
like that would have made me a lot more upset.
If the armpit is licked, you must evict.
Good one. Good one. But like, who's gonna evict JC?
Yeah.
And for what reason?
Hey-o!
No, but like, who's gonna take the 5-foot guy, or who's out of the game because he's a comp beast or a social threat? Like,
One thing I do think that Tyler, among his biggest mistakes, is that he basically decided who went home every week, and he played a weird mixed game of betrayal and loyalty.
right.
And he kept these strong players around when he should have evicted JC much earlier. He should have kept people like Sam right up to the end. People who, were going to go in and say, you should vote for me because I'm the best person in the house and Jesus loves me more.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, basically, Casey, if he had decided Casey was then Casey would have gone home. It was basically up to him and the people he kept. I can't figure out why he was loyal. I guess he made the commitment to her first, but
I also can't figure out why he kept wanting to blindside people, like blindside jurors.
So
I genuinely like once you hit jury, like it's so much different. Like you can't like with Brett. I didn't get once the veto happened and they had the plan secure. Why would you talk to Brett as if he's still going to stay?
Because
why would you talk to Sam as if she's still going to stay?
Right. Because here's the answer, and it's a dumb answer, and this is not an excuse. But level 6 is not an alliance, guys. It's a cult. And like they believe that the only way you can evict somebody in their religion is by blindsiding them. So they couldn't veer from that. And we even heard it from Tyler when he was evicting Haley. Like, we probably shouldn't be doing this, but we're gonna do it because this is what level 6 does. Like, I mean, it's just that's it.
Bylaws.
Exactly. There's a board of directors we're beholden to, and we must blindside. So
because I honestly think that if they hadn't done that to Scotty, if Tyler hadn't done that to Scotty, I feel like it'd be 5-4 in favor of Tyler.
Yeah, and that's all Tyler's fault. Like you can manage Scotty because he's a super fan, and you can bond over being super fans.
And not only that, Scotty was pro Tyler before the first, the person
when
that he was pro Tyler.
When he went back into the house, he says, "I want to work with Tyler till the end." Julie chen-moonves, and Julie was like, "Wait, what? Okay, that's cool. Let's okay, good luck."
Get in line.
So I mean, he could have fixed that relationship. He could have told him that, "Hey, I'm a super fan of this game. Yada 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 yada. Let's go get who else was left in the house from? Oh, let's get Haley this week, and then make the decision the following week."
Yeah.
And maybe he could have gotten JC or something. Because like if you make Scotty bond with you because you're both super fans, you win his vote no matter what happens to him. Because you have like the understanding, like if I were to evict you, either of you Kellys, you guys would understand that we're both huge fans of the game. One of us has got to not win 500,000. So like, that's gotta happen. And I would understand that coming the other way too. Like if you sat down and you told me, "Listen, I can't keep you because you're America's favorite player anyway, and you're gonna beat me," well, it's gonna work. So, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like you can win Scotty's vote.
Yeah. I think that's the best definition.
There's a lot. There's a lot more to pick apart of Tyler's game and Casey's game. Again, it was so straightforward, but she played her heart out. No, I just want to be really clear that you won that thing fair and square, and hats off to her. She played her heart out and played a really good game. I just think she deserves the hell out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a 100% a deserving winner. I feel for Tyler. I don't feel enough for him that he needs to come back in BB21. Let's give him until BB24 to come back.
God, if we see him again, I'm gonna be really disappointed. Even though he's great, but oh man, no. Let's have another clear all newbie season.
Because I want to see Haley back too, and I want to see Brett back as well. But I want to see them in the context of all stars. I don't want to see them in the context of new players also playing with them because we've seen that it's unfair.
Absolutely, yeah. There's no doubt about it. That's it's horrible when it happens that way.
By the way, a hot take from the jury house. Brett wants to, we heard from him in the house that he wants to pursue politics. Somebody must have talked him out of that. He now wants to pursue, are you ready for this? Stand-up comedy. He's ready to be America's favorite stand-up comedian because, we need one of them.
America's favorite player, so.
He's ready to be on America's Got Talent next, and he's gonna, get a Vegas show or something.
He's a cheeseball.
Yeah, we love him though, don't we?
You know what? I do. I owe him an apology. I insisted that he was a douchebag, and I do contend that growing up this summer, I think he got some of the douche stomped out of him.
Yeah. He got a curb stomped out of him by Sam.
He's likable now, though. I tell you what. Give it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can see him being like a better like host kind of person rather than doing like comedy, like straight up comedy.
Right.
I don't know.
By the way,
I don't think he was that funny.
By the way, Dr. Will looks good. He looks good, but he's tired. Like I'm ready to get Brett in the next jury house. I want it. That's what I want. That's where I want Brett. I don't want him competing with me on the stand-up stage, like because you're not gonna do it. So let's have you host the next. I
wouldn't want Brett hosting the next one. I would want someone with a little more insight on strategy because, like, you want the jury to be like question, like you want them to genuinely question the three people and like think about their pros and cons and not just be like, oh yeah, you're super right. I'm not saying that Brett would do that.
Right. Okay. But
I would want someone with a little more strategy mindset.
Okay. So here's my next pick. I have one lined up and ready for you. What do you think about it replacing Dr. Will? And I love you, Dr. Will, but it's time for you to retire. And replacing him with Andy Herron. Andy Herron, I think, would be wonderful in that spot.
Is Big Brother
pretty
going
bland.
to like? Is Big Brother even going to acknowledge BB15? Like,
Listen, it's not Andy's fault that he was in a house with a bunch of racists. It's
you're
not.
right. It's not, but it's still like the blacklisted season.
But Andy was a gem and a half, right?
I would bring in Ian before I'd bring in Andy.
Ian?
I love Ian. You guys,
Tony,
I love him so
I
much.
totally was just thinking of your friend Ian for a second. I was like, why would Ian go
Ian
in
would
there?
love to
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
I mean Ian loves the game. He knows it backward and forward. He's a smart guy. Andy
Okay.
was always just so passive.
Well, then, if we're gonna throw Ian in there, let's throw the real MVP. Let's throw Dan in the jury questioning
That's such
segment.
Jerk.
What?
You don't love Dan?
What?
Dan is a turd.
Okay, you gotta explain yourself, sir.
Dan is a turd. What do you want me to say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I said, Kelly, I want you to repeat yourself with more emphasis on the word turd.
I haven't talked from Dan yet, and I didn't see his
It's
first
been
season.
6 seasons.
I know, but
You don't like Dan.
I
Watch his
rewatched
first
the
season.
funeral the other day. In fact, I've watched it a couple
It's
times
so
recently,
good. It's so
and I
good.
can acknowledge
It's
that it was a
amazing.
master stroke. But his was also the beginning of the bitter jury era. I mean, we've had a couple of non-bitter juries since then, but his was
I
the
don't
time
blame
that
him for that.
he
I
could have
blame
gotten the vote.
Paul twice for that, but
What?
Well,
I
Paul
said-
cemented it, but Dan should have won that.
Well, to
He
be
didn't
fair,
because he
I mean,
burned
like,
every bridge.
Brittany said that a can of soup would have won it. Like,
Exactly.
yeah,
What good does a brilliant funeral do if you have burned every bridge and lost some genuine friendships along the way?
I think he might have won though if he hadn't won a season before.
Meh.
Like he was going. I mean, yeah, you're right. Like no, like you should be able to overcome whatever target is on you to begin with. So the whole winning the $500,000, like that shouldn't have. Like if he was a good enough player, that shouldn't have come into play. But
Here's the thing. Okay, so Dan is a turd because he is in love with how clever he is. And you
Nice
could say
sentence
the same
starter.
thing about Dr. Will, but
Yeah.
Dr. Will is confident enough in his cleverness that he just is clever. And Dan is always trying to.
so is Dan.
Yeah, Dan's always zazzing it up. He's always pulling these flashy moves. Dr. Will just sits there with that kind of like, are you serious right now? Kind of look on his face like,
okay. The reason I respect Dan is simple for me. Like he comes from this like super religious background, and he like separates his faith from the game, and he just is cutthroat, and he's a super like cutthroat dude, and he's just like, yeah, I have to do this, and he's like sort of meek and likable like a teacher, and then like he's also raw I'm a coach, and like he's the all-American boy, like
he's what you want to be when you grow up, isn't it?
yes,
Ian is
absolutely. I mean, Dan, if you want to talk, I mean, you can come on this podcast.
You come on this little thing. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan. I mean, invitation's open.
So Thomas is saying that Dr. Will and Dan wouldn't win with Big Brother on how it is
Ooh.
with today's day and age.
Let's talk about that.
Dr.
So-
Will.
Yeah, Dr. Will can win. I think Dan can also win. Dan says that he can't win in modern Big Brother. But I disagree.
Are you just saying that Dan can't? Like Dan was like the
Dan
star of
didn't
modern
win.
Big Brother. Like,
He was the model for the bitter jury. He burned all the bridges, and that was it.
I would venture to guess that we will see an end to the bitter jury. Well, I'm gonna quit calling them bitter juries because this one was not. This one was.
No, it
They legitimately thought that Casey played the better game, except for Sam, who thought she needed the money more. But that's
like we don't. I mean, even Casey during that part 2 HOH, like she was like, "Oh man, I forgot that Sam was evicted."
yeah.
She was still in the have-not room.
Cleaning, yeah. But yeah, so I think like it just takes one person to put it together to completely reinvent the wheel with Big Brother. And I hope that if I'm not on a future season, that Sir Kelly is on a future season, and you rock the boat and you become the old man winner with a beard, and we just or Kelly, you go on and you say, okay, listen, I'm gonna be like super rock climber, awesome chick from night one, make a ton of enemies, but then make them love you, and win a landslide vote. Because
You somewhat just described Josh's game. Thanks, Jacob.
well, I mean,
like a lot of enemies night one.
Listen, I think, but here's the difference. I think you would win comps, Josh. I think Josh could win a donut eating comp. I think you could win. I mean, you could win part 2 of the HOH, no doubt about it.
That was literally a rock climbing competition. Oh my goodness!
Right, and you'd win a lot of the mental comps. I mean, I'm not dragging your game. You're not Josh in my mind, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I think you could change the way. I think it just takes one. Is my point to change the way the game was played. Because Dan changed the way the game was played. Like after BB10, it was just like, oh my goodness, the game was you got to be cutthroat. And then people overreacted to being cutthroat, and we have what we currently have. So it just takes one to get it back to where we need it to be. I think we could do better with sequestering juries.
We could do better with questioning juries.
Yep, we could.
Sequestering and questioning. All the questioning.
All the quest, yeah. But yeah, we can do a better job. Big Brother production, I'm looking at you. We need a longer questioning period. We need live feeds in the jury house. I don't care what. Once jury starts, I want dual live feeds. We're paying for the subscription. Give me what the jury. If you're gonna keep them in the same house, give us a 24/7 feed to that house. So we know what they're going.
I agree.
Well, no, I mean, I think that like they go in there, and most of them have showmances that show up, and they spend the whole time off in the rooms getting to know each other carnally.
Yeah.
And it's like finale night, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Big Brother. Right. I don't know. I like you best. You're
right. So show us that, then America can be mad at all the time spent shagging and not enough time.
Or it just won't happen.
Huh?
Like we just won't, or we just won't see that, and then like the carnal knowledge part, and then like it'll stay more focused on Big Brother.
Yeah.
Save it for the after party right now. Save it for right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's there's gonna be some. Well, there's already been a Big Brother baby made this season, so I doubt we're gonna see another one. But like one can hope? Question mark? I don't know where that's going.
I don't want to hope for that right now. Come on, Jacob.
I mean, listen.
I want a -1 Big Brother baby right now.
Oh, snap! Just advocating for an abortion live on the phone.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I want to go back in time.
Okay.
And stop. Yeah. And give Bailey Plan B and throw all the condoms at them. Like how stupid could you? I get like connection and everything like that, but in today's day and age, like how stupid can you really be to get pregnant with someone's baby that you've only known for less than a month?
Listen, I think all Caitlyn needed to do was throw a condom at them when she lent them the HOH bathroom to use. So,
no, you need to advocate for yourself.
No, you just need to throw a condom at them and say, "Hey, listen, this can't happen." And I don't know, but I think this podcast has officially jumped the shark because not jumped the shark, but we're definitely long in the tooth when it comes to this podcast because we're talking about throwing condoms at house guests. So, but yeah, anyway, again, let me say it again, Casey, you're a deserving winner. We love you on this podcast. Tyler, listen, dude, you're a Big Brother super fan, which means you're probably gonna watch all the podcasts. If you want one that is super adoring of you from the very beginning, that's been us. We would love to have you on.
And I was a little like, Tyler, what are you doing? But still, like,
Tyler, you're such a good dude.
Yeah,
I love you. Were such a genuine emotion and enthusiasm. I feel like you got a little tangled up towards the end, but you have a lot of heart. Good dude.
You sound okay, Kelly. You just sounded like you were pleading for Tyler's vote. That you were, that you were all,
I liked it. It'd be a good hang.
listen, you're like, listen, Tyler, we'll hang out after the season. I'm sorry I had to evict you, but oh, man.
Well, I was really pulling for him. He wasn't on my draft team, but
Yeah,
but it was hard to sort of lose my enthusiasm for him. If he'd won tonight, it
Yeah.
would have been kind of like stumbling across the finish line.
by the way,
Kind of would have felt for Casey, but it's not the other way around. It's more like, all right, Tyler, you kind of blew it, and Casey surged at the end.
right, okay.
happens.
So, by the way, I don't think enough time was spent on this, but I totally won the Big Brother live draft that we did because I'm amazing.
That's enough time spent on that.
And listen, I'm going to kick off the BB Can season wearing a crown when we do our cast analysis for that amazing season because we know the cast is going to be so much more diverse and so much crazier, and it's going to be fantastic. So stay tuned for that. We're going to try to maybe make some Survivor content. We're going to try to make some celebrity Big Brother content as schedules allow. We're very busy people, but we love this stuff. So that's going to be all for Big Brother 20, you guys. We absolutely love you. Everybody that's been hanging out in chat, you're fantastic. Yeah, this has been a great season.
Thomas Scott, you're amazing.
What do you say?
Thanks for chatting it up. Thanks for your opinions. You're great.
Yeah.
That's better than BB19, the garbage dumpster season.
Absolutely. I think this season actually ranks for me up near the top. This is a great season. I think when we look back at it, it'll rise even higher. I think it's probably better than 14. And I think
Oh man.
I don't think it's better than 10.
I have to say with all the blind sides, like and Bessie's like flipped, man. I love that montage that they did during the clip episode of Bessie being I just kept laughing more and more. I'm like, this is the third time I've been blindsided. This is the fourth time that I didn't know what was going on with the boat.
Right.
This is the fifth time. Like, dude, come on.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So, you know what? We're not going to, you know what? We might blindside our audience with a surprise podcast here and there throughout the Survivor season. And we'll definitely let you know if we have scheduled celebrity Big Brother content. But yeah, we are super excited to be sending off Big Brother 20 on the right note. Congratulations, Casey, on the win. Tyler, you're fantastic. Number 2. JC, you're a fantastic. Number 3. We love that. I think I love that final 3. It's been a great season. Anything else you guys want to add?
She surprised me preseason. Yeah. Like I had her.
You called her Gen City.
I called her Gen City, and like she totally blew me out of the water. Of course, I called Tyler a Hayden, and like I called that from day like a super. Yeah. I thought that he was going to be strong and make it really far, and I was really right about that.
Yeah, you were.
So I don't interpret females very well. So sorry about that, Keith.
Yeah. Let's see. Any other really embarrassing high picks that we made? Oh, Bailey was my first pick.
Yeah.
God.
Bailey was my first pick. I picked last in that first round, and I picked Bailey first.
I'd give them 6 months and out, but I said that about Brendan and Rachel, and I mean, apparently they're still together.
But okay, this is way different. Like whether or not, like they are tied, assuming that she has a baby, like they are tied for life. So whether or not they are together, because I know obviously it's in a totally different ball game. But I would say than all the other couples. Just like assuming that that's true.
They're leaving the Big Brother universe with a baby. Like that's not been done before, I don't think.
No.
So yeah, it's gonna be nuts. But hey, he has been playing golf with her dad, so that means a lot.
Oh yeah, because I know when I choose a mate, like I want to make sure that Sean is able to play golf with my dad.
Yeah,
that's why I married him.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. But anyway, so yeah,
like a millennial. I don't even want to I don't know what else to call it though. like if I can't call it like the epitome of like, oh
It's
God,
a social media driven proposal.
There we
Swaggy
go.
needs the likes.
It's a yeah, and it's just this guy is the epitome of reality television casting. Like he is super into himself, and I mean, we all
like
are.
those
Which
memes of like, I made a computer watch 500 hours of reality television and then had it create a person.
It's Swaggy. Oh my God, those are the best memes.
Totally. Yes.
Like that Donald Trump speech and the Olive Garden commercial.
Yep, that was great.
Smile full of secret soup.
Guys, we have officially lost our minds. We're talking about Olive Garden commercials. We're gonna be back very soon for some more Big Brother content. Look out for the Odd Survivor podcast and look out for the Odd Celebrity Big Brother podcast. But we are committing to a full season of Big Brother Canada for sure. We will keep you guys informed on this YouTube channel. Thank you for so much support. It's been a blast. I've been Jacob.
And we're Kelly.
Yeah.
We have been and we'll continue to try to be Kelly's.
I'll try my best. We're going to live up to the Kelly name.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.